Shark Tank is a success all over the world, with entrepreneurs pitching their ideas to investors in America, India, Australia, Mexico, and many more. This time, we'll take a look at the most successful companies in Shark Tank from all around the world. Number 1. Inside FPV from Shark Tank India. It isn't every day we see the sharks scrambling to get on board a gusty startup. Her appearance on Shark Tank India had 4 sharks angling to get a chunky bite of their company. The 3, they offer them 4% equity for $50,000 at the valuation of $1.3 million. The sharks are all ears as they explain how their mechanical and electrical engineering degrees helped them stumble onto their shared love of flying drones. As they continued hanging out, the trio couldn't help but notice the gap in the drone market. The parts used to make the drones were pretty scarce and had become even more rare after India banned Chinese drones in a slew of pandemic restrictions. The remarkable Indian drones allow users to access the crystal clear feed on their goggles for up to 4 kilometers away. Talk about the perfect spying gadget. These determined entrepreneurs built their business on nothing but $60 capital and their outstanding brainpower. Their devotion caused them to reinvest any profit made into the business for the first year and a half. The tough times finally came to an end when a grant of $12,000 from the government of India came right on time to help them scale the business. Though the sharks Aman and Payush offer $60,000 for 20% equity of the company, $30,000 debt at 0% interest. Amit and Namita offer $91,000 for 50% equity. Number 2. Dessert boxes from Shark Tank Australia. No business has succeeded at grabbing the sharks' attention quite like dessert boxes. These 3 Sydney siblings of Lebanese descent gave such an amazing pitch that every single shark in the tank wanted a bite of what they had to offer. They founded the company DessertBoxes.com, an online store that delivers desserts as gifts. All the siblings quit their corporate jobs to focus on building their own company. It was the easiest way to give their parents the retirement that they had wistfully been looking forward to. They were also driven by the thought of securing an inheritance for their children. Now, unlike most businesses, this one didn't come to the tank thirsting for some cash. They mostly needed the right partners to help their business grow to international levels. The bunch made it clear that they were looking for more than investors. The siblings did a good job of convincing the sharks how well they were doing in the gifting industry. They were faced with a problem most entrepreneurs would kill for: which sharks to reel in and which ones to throw back into the wild. They wanted $300,000 in exchange for a 10% stake in their lucrative business. You could almost see the sharks simultaneously salivating as the siblings share their numbers backing up dessert boxes. Few businesses managed to make over $2 million in sales in their first year of operation. The sharks immediately recognized that expansion to other cities would see the profits skyrocket. After hearing the business had $1.4 million in the bank, the sharks can't wonder what on earth drove the siblings to the tank. One after another, the offers come flowing in. One shark is ready to part with $300,000 for 25%. Janine sweetens the deal by offering $300,000 for 20%. Naomi one-ups her by matching the investment for 15%. Glenn matches Naomi's offer shortly before Steve outbids them all by offering $300,000 for just 10%. The siblings have a brief private discussion and wisely select Naomi, whose business is most closely linked to theirs. However, there is a catch. They want her to accept 12% equity instead of the 15% she wanted. If anyone doubted how business savvy the Cotter siblings are, winning a negotiation with the shark ought to do the trick. Naomi certainly made the right choice because dessert boxes are now worth $4.5 million and counting. Number 3. Probiotics from Shark Tank Mexico. Mexican entrepreneurs snapped up the chance to get the backing and exposure Shark Tank is famous for. The most impressive of these is Luis Armando Bravo, a medical doctor turned engineer. The good-looking overachiever walked into the Shark Tank ready to save the world with his company, Probiotics. His idea was so good, it checked both the insane profit and saving the world boxes. After realizing how underdeveloped Mexico's prosthetic industry was, the good doctor embarked on his mission. He quit medicine and joined the National Polytechnic Institute, where he devoted his genius to creating affordable bionic prosthetics that wouldn't cost the less fortunate an actual arm and a leg. He went a step further by incorporating mind control into the prosthetics, so amputees can get maximal functionality with minimal effort. Just when the sharks thought the man couldn't get any more interesting, he revealed his plan to allow patients to pay for the products in manageable monthly installments. He wants $1 million for 15% of his company. Lewis hopes to use the shark investment money to form a production line to speed up the manufacturing process. When the sharks seemed to be getting cold feet, Lewis wasted no time explaining why why his product is unlike any other. Though his company lacks a government certification, he hopes to make $6 million in sales in the first year, with a 70% profitability rate. When two sharks opt out due to the risk involved, eToro offered him $1 million for 30% of the company. He intends to be very involved and ensure they make 15% profits within 3 years. However, he cautions that the investment is dependent on the company getting certified.